Hello friends, let's study about Herbert Simon. This is a very important thinker in public administration, and he was a thinker in sociology, political science, economics, and even in artificial intelligence, that is computer sciences. And he was a psychologist, sociologist, and so many aspects are there for Herbert Simon. But we have to only study those aspects which are related to public administration. So we will start now. So this is the guy Herbert Simon. As you can see, he's a very intelligent person. He has written so many books, like 27, 28 books on varying topics. And his most important contribution was decision making theory. This is what UPSC is going to ask. So first we will see what is the decision making theory. So Simon's decision making theory says that there are three activities or stages in decision making. So first is intelligence gathering. That is, you have to search for the environment which needs for a decision making. For example, you just can't take decisions anywhere. You have to actually search for which particular aspects need the decision making. For example, in a city which is very much congested by traffic, you need to take decision on how to widen the roads, or how to make overbridge, or how to make new roads. So that is the environment which needs for a decision. Then second stage is a design activity. That is that you have to make sure that what could be the possible alternatives in front of you. So you have to invent. That is, you have to make sure that you know all the alternatives. Then you have to develop. That is, you have to also innovate new ways in order to tackle for that problem. And then you have to analyze. You have to weigh the pro and cons of each and every alternative that you have. Then the third is choice activity. So choice activity means when you have analyzed all the alternatives, then you just choose one of those alternatives. So that is the choice activity. So according to Herbert Simon, these are the three stages in every decision making, and any organization is basically a decision making body. Every person keeps on taking new decisions in each and every walk of life, even in his personal life or even in organizational life. So decisions are basic unit, and they are everywhere. Okay. So, and I will tell you some important concepts which are very important, and which Simon used in his theories. So one of the concept is logical positivism. It's not positive, it's positive. So according to it, what happens, like it says that whatever uh, whatever things you have in your mind, or whatever theories you read, it should be proved by empirical sciences. Empirical means practical sciences. That is that whatever knowledge you have, it should be verifiable by using logical or empirical means practical things. That is means it should be scientific. Whatever knowledge you have, it should be verifiable, it should be scientific. It can be scientifically ascertain that this is true in nature. So this is the concept of logical positivism, and according to Herbert Simon, everything should be having some empirical base. For example, whatever classical thinkers have said, they have said it on their own intuition, or means whatever they thought that this is the best way to do the things, or this is something which organization needs. According to Simon, all of that is not right until it is verified by some practical course. So this is the concept of logical positivism. This is very important concept. You have to write it in every question of Herbert Simon. Then, sorry, another concept given by Herbert Simon is of bounded rationality. So according to bounded rationality concept, what happens, like according to classical thinkers, there could be totally rational decisions, but Simon says that total rational decisions are not possible, because a person cannot have all the information that is available in the world. He cannot identify all the variables which may affect his decision. For example, if you want to purchase a new laptop, so you should have all the information about all the laptops. Then you should also have their price range, then if they are available in India or abroad. There are so many variables, so many concepts. This is just a normal example. In administrative way, let's say that if you want if a particular department you want to create a particular consumer preference, or you want to make a particular object which you want to sell. So what will happen, like you have to do a lot of surveys, and you will have to discover that what are the preferences of the people or the consumers. So that way you have to identify all the objectives, that is objective of the organization as well, which in case of business organization is profit making. And then you have to identify criteria, that is means all the possible alternatives, or means actually criteria means on which basis you are going to make the alternatives. Then you have to identify alternatives. So all these three things you cannot have the full knowledge, and that's why the concept of bounded rationality. So bounded rationality is the idea of in decision making, rationality of individuals is limited by the information they have at the cognitive limitations of their minds and the finite time they have to make a decision. So time is limited, then your information is limited, then your cognitive means your individual capacity to make the decision is that is also limited. Your brain has limited capacity. So this is the concept of bounded rationality. Then he has given the term satisficing. So satisficing is uh, there is a term satisfaction, and there is a term maximizing. So satisficing comes in between of satisfaction as well as optimizing. So what happens, like whatever decisions you will make, they cannot be totally optimizing, means they cannot give maximum result, or they cannot be totally satisfying, means you cannot choose all the decisions based on your personal best satisfaction, because they should be in congruence with organizational goals. So satisficing is a decision-making strategy that entails searching through the available alternatives and until an acceptability threshold is met, means that threshold which is acceptable to the optimum level. So this is contrasted with optimal decision making, that is best decision making, and an approach that specifically attempts to find the best alternative available. So best alternative is never possible. That's why this is the concept of satisficing, that is you have to select a choice after the bounded rationality concepts. Then we will see the criticism of classical theory, which is given by Herbert Simon. So he said that the classical thinkers are not realistic. They have made many propositions which are contradictory to each other. For example, we can take the example of unity of command and specialization. So according to it, people should be specialized. According to, let's say, Taylor, Gulick, Urvik, as well as Fayol, so they said that specialization is a must. But uh, Fayol has also said that unity of command is also required. So how can a person have a specialization in different aspects? For example, particular unity of command is there, so he cannot head different subjects. But Taylor says that there should be different, uh, there should not be unity of command. There should be many commanders for different sections. So he is saying specialization is needed, and Fayol is saying that unity of command is needed. So they are criticizing each other, and based on rule of thumb, whatever they have thought, they have just written. Then rejected politics administration dichotomy. So uh, classical theory says that politics and administration are separate, but according to Herbert Simon, no, they are means politics and administration are supplementary to each other, and their bounded rationality comes in politics administration dichotomy, that they cannot be perfectly rational choices. So values are always there. So according to Herbert Simon, there are two components of every decision. One is value, another is fact. So every decision is a midterm between the value decisions as well as the fact decisions. So he has totally rational decisions are actually not possible. So he has rejected one best way, which is given by Taylor. Then again, Herbert Simon advocated the use of artificial intelligence and programming in decision making, because he says that we have to improve the factual content and we have to reduce the value content. So here he is actually denying his. He is actually propagating politics administration dichotomy. That is, politics should be separate from administration. Politics here denotes values, and administration denotes the factual working or those things. Then He has also given the concepts of economic man, administrative man, and social man. So economic man is that man uh, who takes max decisions which have maximum, which are maximum or which are optimizing, which is not possible in human world. Then administrative man is those that man who is satisficing in nature. He will take decisions which have which are satisfactory as well as which are in time and which serve the purpose. And social man is that man who does not consider the economy or effectiveness or time. He just concerned with the human values and social values. So this is also not the optimal concept. Administrative man is the best man for administration. And Herbert Simon says that if rationality is more in decision making, then the risk will be lesser. And he says that focus should be more on efficiency with satisfaction. Just satisfaction is not enough. You have to uh, increase the efficiency of the working procedure. That is, you have to optimize and make it more effective. Then he has given the concept of zone of acceptance, and it is similar to Barnard's zone of indifference. Barnard says that in if a manager gives command in zone of indifference, then his command will be acceptable. And Simon says that there is a zone of acceptance. If you will give command in that, then employees will accept it readily. So basically, these two are same concepts. And then okay, we will now see the questions that UPSC has asked on Simon. So this is the mainly important whatever we have read, that though you just can study from the book, but we have to discuss these questions which have came on Simon in UPSC. So first question is that administrative efficiency is enhanced by keeping at a minimum the number of organizational levels through which a matter must pass before it is acted upon. So he this we have to comment on this. So as you can see that of course we have to keep the number of levels minimum, because if the number of levels will increase, then subjective bias will also increase. There will be so many people, so they will have their own value content, then the communication will get distorted. Then there there will not be unity of command. There will be so many minds working on the same decision. So there should be minimum hierarchy, and this is the accepted concept in present world also. So if we have that horizontal structure rather than too much vertical structure, then administrative efficiency increases. Okay, then another question is the Barnard-Simon theory of organization is essentially a theory of motivation. Comment. So in comment we can comment either positive or negative, or we can just supplement this. So according to me, of course, it is a theory of motivation, and according to Bernard as well as Simon, the organizations should have enough inducements or enough things to give to their employees so that they feel satisfied, and that way they will work towards the achievement of organizational goals. Bernard says that everyone has personal goals and it should be in congruence with the organizational goal. And Simon says that everyone has his own value as well as the factual value that organization is having, and the organization should be a uh, amalgamation of the personal values of the employees as well as the organizational factual values. So both are saying that you should treat your employees very well, and you should keep them satisfied. That's why you should discuss here zone of acceptance and zone of indifference. So that's it. Then another question is Simon's decision-making theories and techniques are of little use to public administration, critically examined. Where this term comes critically examined, there you have to give both for and against, mean against it as well as in support of this statement. So if we will support this statement, then we can say that of course Simon's decision making theory are means like he whatever basic thing he has given, that is a past concept. Now so many theories have came like contingency theory, game theory, and then so many technical terms like PERT, CPM, and computer models have came. So their decision making is more faster and more efficient now. Consultancy firms are there. So this is a supporting this statement, and if we are opposing this statement, then we can say that still all the decision making in public administration is based on only Simon's basic technique, which was that you have to first analyze the problem, then you have to take out what are the possible alternatives, and then you have to take a satisfying, that is maximum satisfying decision, which is in time. So this is how you critically examine any question. Then another question is, Simon's work has had major implications for the study of administration and the practice of administration professionalism. Comment. So, of course, Simon's work was a game changer. Earlier, the study of administration was mainly organizational study as well as classical study, which was based on what are the scientific practices and management principles. But then Simon's work told that what is actually the art of the um, management, that is, you have to make the decision making in the organization, and that is the practice of administration. It should be professional, other means, which means that it should be based on facts as well as less and less values. So you have to comment on that, you can comment on it. Then another question that came in civil services 2013 was that decisions are not made by organizations but by human beings behaving as members of organizations. How do Bernard and Simon conceptualize the relation between decisions of individual employee and the organizational authority? So here you have to break this question in different parts. So one concept is organizational authority, according to which the employees have to follow the orders of the seniors. Then decision of the individual employee, that is his own personal choices. Uh, and you have to conceptualize the relation between personal choices as well as organizational authority. And according to Simon, of course, human beings take decision in any organization. So you have to tell this decision, the relation between these two particular concepts. So you can tell that, of course, organizational authority is until that moment only in which people are able to accept the decision according, like zone of acceptance, or the orders are not in about above zone of indifference. And this the zone of acceptance and zone of indifference is determined by how much inducements you provide to your employees. So that way you can answer this question. Then Simon's identifying decision making as the core field of public administration appears logically acceptable, but his positivist underpinning is problematic. Then again, critically examine the statement. Critically means you have to give both for and against. So here you can see that Simon has identified decision making is the core concept, but positivist underpinning, that is means everything should be verifiable, it should be scientific, that is problematic. So of course, if you have to verify each and every decision, then that will create a problem, because every decision cannot be totally scientific. Like you have to keep value things also in place. For example, you have to take care of depressed classes in the society, or you have to give preferential treatment to those people who are not at equity with other sections of the society. So here you can see that positivist underpinning is not always good. But then when you have to critically examine, you have to give both for and against. So we can say that actually for positivist underpinning is also sometimes good, because if we some decisions actually require more factual information, and facts sometimes become values, and values have sometimes factual uh, preference. So that way we can answer this question. And this is the final question, that three features characterize Simon's original view of bounded rationality, that is search for alternatives, satisficing, and aspiration adaptation. So elucidate means you have to clarify this statement. So we of course know that according to bounded rationality there cannot be totally rational decision. Then search for alternatives means you have to make sure that you have all the means you can have almost all the alternatives that you can get in that particular time frame. Then satisfying means you have to choose between this alternative whatever is best satisfying in nature. And then aspiration adaptation means, like when persons have less alternative, then they will have less aspiration. Then when they have more alternatives, then they have more aspirations. And aspirations also keep on changing with the number of alternatives and the resources that you have. So aspirations are adaptable means, the for example, if right now you have like 2000 rupees, and you uh, want to purchase a cycle, But if you are having like 1 crore rupees, so you may not think like purchasing cycle. You will think like, okay, we will take a car for 10 lakhs. So that is how your aspiration develops. So this is aspiration adaptation. So that's it, guys. I will just uh, mention these questions in the description below. You can see these questions from it and try to write in your own words whatever answers you gather for these questions. These questions are also available on insightsonindia.com, so you can go there and you can search the answers which other people have written for these questions, and that way you can prepare well. And that's it. Thank you, guys. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe. And at the end of the video I am giving an administrative quote which says that I have Sophocles. So Sophocles has given this, that I have nothing but contempt for the kind of governor who is afraid, for whatever reason, to follow the course that he knows is best for the state. So Sophocles says that he is very angry with that kind of administrator who knows that what is best for the state, what should he do, but still he is not doing that thing for whatever reason, for means his personal preference, for his corruption, or means his fear or pressure from above. But if the administrator knows the best course and still he's not doing, then he should be contempted. Means everyone means he should be criticized. That's it, I think. And okay, next video, that is video 11, will be on the Hindu, 8th February 2015. That is tomorrow. So till then, thank you, guys. Bye. Bye bye.